What up? It's another video about Efi's voice, and here goes another video. Something I need to say. I'm fascinated by your voice stuff about dealing with your voice and your power of your word, your voice. Your voice. Really. So here I go. Your breath will say everything you need to, have to, or you have to, need to, or really, or need to, or have to say. Your breath will say basically everything you need to, and have to say. And want to say. Need to and have to say. And want to say. Your breath is basically your voice. Like I said, your breath, knowledge, your breath is your voice. It is your voice. Your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. So don't worry about like not being heard, not being seen, not truly getting to explain things fully in depth, about things you really wanted to explain to people, or explain in life, or explain in somehow about yourself, or explain in any way. Your breath will basically to say everything you need to and have to say. So you will ultimately express everything about you, everything you need to say, and everything you want to say, and everything you need to say, and everything you have to say. So don't worry about it. Your breath will basically say, your breath will say everything you need to and have to say. So you will explain everything about yourself eventually anyway. All your deepest knowledge, all your deepest understanding, all your wisdom, all that stuff, all your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding will be explained eventually. So just realize that. So some people don't think they ever did explain this as much as they should, never told this as much as they should. Your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say, eventually. Your breath will say everything you need to and have to say. So it will say that. In your breath, you come up with the most intelligent, thoughtful, thought-provoking, wisest, most knowledgeable thoughts on the planet and stuff. So don't think you never got the chance to explain this about yourself, to explain this to some people, to tell people this, to explain that, to let this be known. Your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. So you will always be heard, you will always be felt, because your breath will say everything you need to and have to say. Your breath is your voice, and your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. We just have an opportunity to talk or be silent, because our breath is our voice, but we have an opportunity to talk or be silent. But your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. Sometimes you say that by talking. No, I won't say that, but your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. Sometimes we talk and sometimes we're silent. So we talk a lot sometimes, or we're quiet sometimes, or we talk sometimes, or just quiet sometimes. It don't matter. But your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. Sometimes it's so real inside, so clear to you, so that the amount of stuff you're saying through your breath, and it's like what you think it will be understood in the long term. Your breath will say everything you need to and have to say. So you're gonna explain everything about all the stuff you wish you could explain, all the stuff you wish you could say, all the stuff you wish you could tell people and explain will be said eventually. So you will be felt, you will be heard, and you will be understood. So relax and just realize that. So your breath will basically will say everything you need to and have to say. There's no need to be too uptight and that you're not explaining yourself or nothing like that. Just know when to talk and when not to talk, so you can express yourself a little bit sometimes. Silence speaks volumes. It's good to be silent sometimes, and it's good to talk sometimes and express yourself vocally and verbally to let yourself be heard. It's good to talk sometimes, too. So just realize that there's a time to be silent and there's a time to talk. Just know which time is that for you. It's good to generally talk sometimes. Just realize that, but it's good to be silent sometimes. So just realize that, and just realize your breath will say everything you need to and have to say. There's so much in you, so much about you that needs to come out, and your breath basically says all that about you. So there's so much knowledge that you could explain. There's so much knowledge in you. There's so much wisdom in you. There's so much understanding in you. And your breath will basically explain that and say that. So don't worry, you will be heard and felt. You will be understood. People may not understand it because they may not understand it all the time, but and really in the actuality, they really understand it. They just may not agree with it or something like that or like it, but everybody's understood really. So don't be too worried. You will be heard and felt. Your breath will say everything. Your breath will basically say everything you need to and have to say. So relax and you will be understood. So relax and know that you'll be understood and heard and felt regardless. So just know when to talk and when not to talk, and do it like that. Peace.